Hey besties, it's me again, the person who once forced myself to finish a terrible meal just because I didn't want to waste money. Have you ever found yourself stuck in these situations? Sitting through a boring movie just because you already bought the ticket? Struggling to finish a pointless book because you already paid for it? Or worse, staying in a toxic relationship or a dead-end job just because you tell yourself, I've already spent 5 years of my life here. It's too late to quit now. If that's you, welcome to the club of people whose lives are being ruined by the sunk cost fallacy. So, what's the quickest way to escape this trap? It's this. Your past is a realized loss. Stop using your future to pay for it. The biggest human mistake is trying to save things that are gone forever, like spent time, money, or emotions. When you stay just because you've already invested so much, you aren't saving anything. You're just throwing more of your future into the trash. The secret of the wise is treat what's gone as tuition and make decisions based only on what you will gain tomorrow. In today's video, we're going to expose this psychological trap through 5 stages. Defining sunk cost. Why finishing spoiled food actually costs you thousands more. Loss aversion. Why is our brain so clumsy and loves to lie to us? The 3 common battlefields, from relationships and careers to tiny daily habits. Opportunity cost, the invisible high price you're paying every single day. The cut your losses. Strategy, how to bravely start over from zero. And don't miss the bonus at the end, where I'll give you 3 magic questions to know exactly when to let go without a single regret. Let's dive in. Stage 1. Defining sunk cost. Let me break down what sunk cost actually is and why it haunts us so much. In economics, a sunk cost is money or effort that has already been spent and can never be recovered, no matter what you do next. To make it simple, imagine this. You buy a $5 sandwich. After the first bite, you realize the meat is spoiled and it tastes absolutely foul. Now you have 2 choices. Option 1, throw the sandwich away and accept the $5 loss. Option 2, force yourself to finish it because you don't want to waste money, only to end up in the ER that night with a $500 medical bill. That $5 for the sandwich is the sunk cost. Whether you eat it or not, that $5 is gone forever. Our mistake is thinking that finishing it somehow recoups the value of that money. But in reality, you're just paying an even higher price. Your health. Life works the same way. Every second you spend clinging to something broken just to justify what you've already invested is another second you're setting fire to your own future. Remember, besties, if you're heading down the wrong road, running faster or going further won't get you to the right destination. The only thing you need to do is stop. Stage 2. Loss aversion. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, wait, if I know it's a loss, why don't I just quit? Am I crazy? Not at all, besties. Actually, our brains have been programmed to be this clumsy since primitive times. In psychology, it's called loss aversion. Scientists have proven that the pain of losing $100 is twice as powerful as the joy of finding $100. Our brains equate giving up with admitting failure. And for our egos, admitting that we were wrong, that we chose the wrong person or the wrong career, is incredibly painful. So, to avoid that pain, the brain automatically switches to self-deception mode. It whispers in your ear things like, just stay a bit longer, maybe they'll change tomorrow. Or you're already in your 4th year of college, it's a waste to quit now. The result? You're like a desperate gambler at a casino. The more you lose, the more you want to bet, fueled by the delusional hope that you'll win back what's gone. But the truth is, you cannot use more mistakes to fix an old one. Your fear of losing what you've already invested is actually just an excuse to avoid facing reality. Remember, bestie, courage isn't about stubbornly holding on. Courage is looking at the wreckage and saying, I was wrong and I'm starting over. Stage 3, the 3 common battlefields. Hey besties, now that we understand the brain's mechanics, let me show you how this trap is laid out everywhere in your life. There are 3 battlefields where I see people falling in action the most. First, the relationship battlefield. This is where the most casualties happen. We've been together for 5 years. It's a waste of my youth to break up now. Sound familiar? The brutal truth is, those 5 years are already gone. They are a sunk cost. If you stay another 5 years with the wrong person, just because you regret the past, you aren't losing 5 years. You're losing a total of 10. Stop using your next 5 years of youth to pay off the debt of the past 5. Second, the career battlefield. So many people wake up every morning feeling like their job is a form of torture simply because they already spent 4 years in college for this major or have been at this company for a decade. You're terrified of the feeling of starting over from zero. But trust me, it's better to be an excited rookie in a new field than a withered, miserable veteran in a hole you never wanted to be in. Choosing the wrong major was a past mistake, but choosing to stay in it is a present one. Third, the daily habit battlefield. This is the most common one. Forcing yourself to finish a plate of food when you're already stuffed because you feel guilty about wasting food, or struggling through a bad book that isn't sticking. You think you're being responsible or thrifty, but you're actually abusing yourself and your precious time. See, in every battlefield, this trap uses the same trick. It forces you to look backward so you can't see the wide open roads ahead. So, what is the real price you pay for not daring to walk away? Moving on to stage 4, I'll show you a very expensive concept: opportunity cost. Stage 4, opportunity cost. Let me tell you a heartbreaking truth. When you choose to say yes to something terrible, you are accidentally saying no to 1,000 other amazing opportunities. In economics, this is called opportunity cost. It is the value of the best alternative you gave up to stick with your current choice. Let's go back to that bad movie example. When you decide to sit there for 2 hours just to justify the $10 ticket, the $10 isn't your only loss. What you're actually losing is 2 hours of your life. In those 2 hours, you could have had coffee with a best friend, taken a much-needed nap, or learned an inspiring new chapter of a skill. Those 2 hours are the opportunity cost you paid just to sit there in frustration. In bigger things like love or career, this price tag is even more terrifying. Every second you spend crying over someone who doesn't deserve you is a second you lose the chance to meet your soulmate. Every year you stay stuck in a passionless job is a year you refuse to become an expert in a field you actually love. Remember, besties, time is the only non-renewable resource. Never use your most precious asset to buy endurance and regret. Stage 5. The cut your losses strategy. I know, it's easy to talk about, but letting go is incredibly hard. It feels like you're throwing away a part of your soul. But you need to adopt the mindset of a professional investor. Cutting your losses early is actually a form of profit. The first tactic is zero-based thinking. Ask yourself, if I weren't already in this relationship or this job today, would I actively choose to get into it right now? If the answer is no, then why are you defending a choice that even your current self wouldn't make? Don't try to fix a mistake by dragging it out for another 10 years. Second, apply the stop digging rule. A financial expert once said, if you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging. Stop investing more time. Stop pouring in more tears hoping to break even. Accept what's gone as life tuition. You didn't lose 5 years, you just bought a 5-year lesson to learn that you deserve better. The moment you dare to admit, I was wrong and I'm stopping, is the exact moment you actually win against this trap. To wrap it up, besties, never let yourself become a slave to your past. What's gone is tuition. Your future is your capital. Keep these 5 mind-blowing points in mind. Sunk cost. It's a realized loss. Don't eat the spoiled sandwich just to end up with a medical bill. Loss. Aversion. Your brain is clumsy because it's more afraid of being wrong than of losing its future. Opportunity cost. Every second you stay with the wrong thing is a second you lose the right one. Zero-based thinking. If you could start over, would you choose your current situation? Stop digging. The best way to reach the surface is to stop digging deeper. And here is the bonus. 3 magic questions to help you let go immediately without the guilt. Question 1. If I stay for 1 more year, what will I gain besides exhaustion and getting older? Question 2. If my best friend were in this exact situation, would I tell them to stay or leave? We're usually much wiser when advising others. Question 3. Am I actually missing that thing, or am I just terrified of the feeling of starting over? A journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step, and sometimes the most important step is the one backward to turn toward a better direction. I hope this video gives you the courage to cut your losses and invest in a more brilliant version of yourself. If this resonated with you, hit like and subscribe so we can grow wiser together every day. Now, pick up your phone and send that "it's over" message to whatever no longer serves you. Bye-bye.